Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for Kitchen Table Talk with Kristie Lynn. So I just wanted to share with you a lesson I learned about 3 weeks ago. I've been aiming to make this video for a minute now, but my YouTube channel had some kind of glitch and it was down. It wouldn't let me upload videos for probably 2 weeks. I finally got it straightened out last week. Thank goodness. It was driving me nuts. Anyway, I learned a lesson. The Lord will give you whatever you need, whether it is how you want to receive it or not. He's going to give it to you. So, I'm going to do a little backdrop. When I was in Fraser and between Fraser Rehab and U of L Hospital, so long, like a year, I developed a pressure ulcer on my left foot, right below my pinky toe, on a bone on a pressure point. So after I come home, probably about around 8 years later, I had to go to wound care and develop a callus, and it gets too much and it's very aggravating to walk or stand, so I had to go to wound care and get it shaved down. That lasted about 2 years until about around the end of August this year. It was really aggravating me, really pissed off when I was walking. So I made an appointment with the wound care. They shaved the callus down again. However, that only lasted about 2 weeks this time. So by the time I made another appointment, got in there, it's probably around the 1st of October. And so she shaved it again, and she said I took it as far as I could. And then it was really pissed off after that. Very, very sore. Couldn't hardly walk for 4 days. First week or a week. Anyway, I made another appointment to go see her just so she could lay eyes on it. I figured there was nothing to be done. I figured it was just thin because she had shaved it as far as she could. So I just figured it was thin and aggravating. But I wanted her to double check it. And it was busted open a little bit. So it's a good thing that I did go back. Excuse me. Anyway, so it's busted open a little bit. So, alright, so back to about 3 weeks ago, I was wondering, on Wednesday, I was wondering, what am I going to ramble on about this week? Lord, what am I going to talk about? All day long, that's Lord, Lord, Lord. What am I going to talk about? Well, then Thursday morning was my appointment to the wound care when I found out the pressure ulcer had was busted back open. So today's topic is pressure ulcers. Now, so the Lord will give you what you need, whether it's how you want to receive it or not. So the Lord could have gave me the idea instead of giving me the sore. So once again, the Lord will give you what you need, whether it's how you want to receive it or not. So pressure ulcers. That's probably been, it's going on 3 weeks now, so it's almost healed. It's just a little bitty, like a tip of a pen. It's open. I went this morning. So thankfully, it's about healed because I've had to not get it wet and treat it as if I had a cast on. No pull therapy. And she says if walking hurts you, you should probably quit that too. So I haven't got to do any walking. So hopefully that's healed up another week. I'll be good to go, I hope. I did buy some callus pads, callus cushions, because they're oval, with a hole in the middle, so would relieve some of that pressure. So if I have to, I can wear those. I want to do them walking. But anyway, during my accident, when I was in Fraser and UFL for so long, had multiple pressure ulcers. And like I said, the one under pinky toe on my left foot, have one on my left foot, like on the top where your leg meets your foot. Does that make sense? I have a scar from one there. One time they sedated me for 3 weeks and sewed my arm to my head. So for 3 weeks I laid like this. This is the scar where they sewed my arm to my head. But anyway, you know when you go into surgery, they put those, for circulation, I think, so you don't get blood clots in your legs. So I had those on, sedated for 3 weeks. Did no nurse or any doctor, anybody caught this that had slid down my leg. It wasn't placed on tight enough. It slid down my leg, and so it was resting on top of my foot, and it for 3 weeks. So it created a very deep pressure ulcer. It was all. So now I have a big scar of that one. Let me see. I don't have any scars, but I had multiple pressure ulcers on my elbows and my arms from just laying in the bed so long. They put pillows under my arms on both sides to help keep me propped up, and also to rest my arms so I wouldn't get those pressure ulcers. It was awful. I also had two different sets of inflatable boots that I had to sleep in, and that kept my heels, from resting on the bed, from getting pressures on my heel. But my heel was another place I had several pressure ulcers. I have a scar on my scalp. It's probably about that big around, and it's right on the back of my head, and it will not grow hair. It's a scar. It was a pressure ulcer, and it won't grow hair, but so now I just have to grow my hair longer to cover that scar up. It's just scalp. But when I was taking Juice Plus, one morning my caregiver was putting me in the car, and I thought it was a tick on the back of my head. So I said, "Tick, get it." No, it was like 2 hair follicles. It was growing hair back in. So if I could afford to continue to take the Juice Plus, I think I might have had some hair grow back. But I actually had some hair grow back, and I think it was all credited to Juice Plus. But a funny story about that one real quick. I went to the dermatologist because a lot of my hair was falling out when I was doing keto. When I started doing keto. And so I wanted to go to the dermatologist because I'm not trying to go bald. I got enough going on. So I go, and the doctor comes in the office, and I'm telling her, I said, my hair is falling out too bad. Like, I need to do something. And so she was looking at my hair, and she goes, "Oh God, yeah, you're bald back here." I said, "Oh, no, ma'am, that is a scar from pressure." She said, "Oh, I'm glad you told me." She said, "I was fixing to inject your head with something." So, good news is, if you have that type of problem where you're going bald or whatever, I guess there's some kind of injection they can give you to help your hair growth. I don't know, but thankfully, I remembered the pressure ulcer before she shot me up with something. But anyway, that was a little funny story. But you know, when you make the bed in the rehab, on top of your sheets is what they call a draw sheet. That would come every 2 hours, and two people, one on each side, and they take the draw sheet and flip you around so you're in the same spot all the time. I also had a special mattress, an air mattress, and it would every once, blow air in every once in a while, and so you're in different positions. So you're not just laying flat in the same position all the time. That would help with pressure ulcers. Now, granted, this was over 10 years ago when all of this happened, and that air mattress was probably, in turning people, was their best prevention for pressure ulcers. I had tons, and but now my last few stays at Fraser Rehab, they have this little tool that they check your skin breakdown or something like that. They check like the back of your heels, your tailbone, different spots, and check your skin breakdown. I wish they would have had this when I was in the hospital, because it could have saved me so much pain. But so technology is advancing. It's not, like it was 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Also, I had a pressure ulcer on my tailbone, and it took a long time for that to heal up and come back and heal up and come back. So, if you know somebody in a wheelchair, or if you're in a wheelchair, it is very, very, very important to always keep a good cushion. I started ordering one from the pharmacy. It was a gel cushion, but I would have to replace it like every, 3 months maybe. I was wearing it out. But I ordered it on Amazon probably about 4 years ago now. It's a memory foam and a gel cushion with a breathable material. It's a removable cover you can wash, and it has a lifetime warranty. And the cushion is very comfortable as well. I haven't had any issue with pressure ulcers or anything like that. So it's very, very important to always keep a good cushion. If it starts to get wore out, you should know. But those gel cushions I was getting from the pharmacy were like $30-some a pop. And going through those every 3 months, very expensive. I can't remember how much this lifetime warranty cushion was. I want to say probably around $30-40, but well worth it. Like I say, I've had it for 4 years. Let me see if I can stand up and get the name on. It's called Everlasting Comfort. This is what it looks like. A little symbol there, Everlasting Comfort. But anyway, very, very important. And also, when I was in rehab and had that pressure ulcer on my bottom, they treated it with, I think it was called Wanda's butt cream. That's what they called it at Fraser Rehab anyway. But I'm pretty sure that's what everybody calls it. My aunt who works at a nursing home said they have some, and I think that then you just make it. I don't know the recipe, but if you can find the recipe or get your hands on some of that, it's like magic butt cream. But pressure ulcers are very, very serious. They can get serious if they're not found and treated. So if you have anybody that's in the hospital or laying just in a hospital, laying, at home or in the hospital bed at home or just laying around, sitting around all the time, please check them for pressure ulcers because they will get out of control fast. I had a friend that Laura Hunt was in the hospital and she had a pressure ulcer like on her tailbone, and it ate into her spine. It was that deep, and I might be mistaken, but I almost want to say that's what she passed from, a pressure ulcer. So if they're not treated, and my family, my sisters, my dad, they were at the hospital, and if it hadn't been for them, my pressure ulcers would have been way out of control. Like I said, the technology in medicine has advanced more than what it was 11 years ago, believe that. But just, if you have family or friends or whatever sitting around and in the hospital, just please keep a check on them. And remember, God will give you what you need. And God will also give you what you need, whether it's how you want to receive it or not. I believe that. But I love you guys, and I want you to remember to be kind and be humble. Also, like, subscribe, and share